Hello everybody, and welcome to Andrew Broussard Watercolors. Today we have a continuation of a oil painting tonal demonstration. Originally, this is Centurion oil primed linen. So this is from Jerry's Artorama. It is a mixture of sap green and Italian Pompeii red, which were from Williamsburg oil paints, just to kind of name what I'm using. And with this, I used a softer brush. This one I think I got from Jerry's Art. No, this is Hobby Lobby, a Master's Touch filbert. Excuse me. This is just kind of softer with this. So we did that. We used Galkid to create this. I gave it 2 or 3 days to dry. Now I'm going to glaze on top of it. I'm thinking with this, we'll get a little experimental. We'll do a glaze of, this is Winton, so this is Winsor Newton line, Alizarin Crimson, and we'll use Ultramarine Blue. That's Williamsburg brand. I'm going to mix these up with some Galkid, using that as kind of my thinner quick dryer, my medium. Now, I will say this is the approach that I've been using. I'm sure that there's people that will say that this is dead wrong, and I might be completely wrong. There's other people that use linseed oil, liquid, a lot of different ways, or they'll use different combinations of maybe Galkid and what's the other one? Gamsol, which is the odorless mineral spirits. From what I looked at online and read in forums, this should be acceptable, but with something like that, I encourage you just to do your own research, because of how just how much different information out there is. For example, this is the oil prime linen, and it's meant for oil paints. The oil primed is more expensive than something that's just universally primed. Something like just regular gesso, acrylic gesso. I think it has different properties with the oil sitting and sinking into it, etc. And somebody, I think there'd be a lot of painters, right, professional oil painters, that would say you have to use oil primed. And then in that same vein, there might be others that say, oh, you can paint on directly onto gesso to MDF board, or you can, there's artists out there that paint onto cardboard. Obviously cardboard wouldn't have the longevity, and that's kind of an extreme example, but there's professional artists, people that make a living out of art, using something that's not really archival like that. So what the correct answer is, I can't tell you on that. It's something you have to look into, but take it with, I guess, everything that everybody says with a grain of salt. It's just it's difficult, it's expensive to really start delving and trying all those different things. I settled on Galkid. I don't think I'd ever tried liquid, mainly because liquid would, some people said it would dry in the bottle, or maybe the smell was a little strong for them. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's why I never used liquid. That, and I bought the Galkid and was happy with it. Okay, so I'm completely saturating this one. I'm now going to wipe back. In the previous one, the video that I just did, I had used, what did I use? Transparent oxide orange oxide by Rembrandt brand, which I really enjoy glazing with. This one, I decided those two colors last minute, just because I really don't have too much of a direction that I'm heading in with these paintings. They're more experimental, demonstrating what can happen. It's also, you know, learning experience for me. And it's kind of like, if you want me to do the experiment, I'll do it for y'all, you know, type deal. Nobody requested this color combination, but I want to be able to, you know, show it. So I'm looking for the original painting underneath this. As you can see, the original, the application of that glaze was quite thick, which I'm completely fine with. I'm going to slowly try to rediscover the original painting. And during this I can start getting textures. There was a painter who was very fond of the tonalist movement, and he wrote a book about it, Burge Harrison. And he had an idea, a term that he used. I don't remember the exact term, but it was kind of like a vibration effect, where it was warm over cool or cool over warm, and it created a movement in the painting itself. And we can kind of see that taking place with this one. Glazing a red would have been pretty cool over, like interesting over this, considering we had the greenish feel to everything. So it would have been a complementary color over it. And you have a blue or a neutral type underpainting. I found that glazing the oranges over it is really interesting. Phthalo green glazed over items, especially mixed with alizarin crimson. That's a really cool combination for glazing. So we can see our items start to take place. It gives it more of that atmospheric, ethereal feel to it. Does give it a kind of a nighttime effect as well. This experiment is going to span a few videos. In the previous one, I mentioned how oil paintings take up space, especially when they are drying. This is on a panel, so it's only 1/8 thick, so it's not really taking up too much space, and it's a 5x7. But I've been trying to get in the habit of stretching out the painting process and taking that different approach than watercolor. Where watercolor, I like the fast and loose. And I like the fast and loose for the oils as well. But it really does start taking up too much space. And the glazing gives you something that I can't achieve with watercolor. I don't know if people are capable of achieving it or not. I haven't really looked too much into that. We're just rediscovering areas. letting that fog come out in here. I took a picture of the original, and when I first learned about glazing, the gentleman that I had watched on YouTube, who I need to find the video again so I can mention him in these videos. You know, he had the original photograph of what he was working from alongside to help him find, I guess, the original aspects of the painting. So he had used a heavy, just ultramarine as a glaze. The purple water is a little weird. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. In future videos on this one, I'm sure I'll glaze other colors on top of it. You see how easy it is to wipe back to where it was. You see some of the greens there. I think we'll leave this one at this. Maybe try to pull out a little bit more, just highlights and spots, little hints and ideas. And then in future videos on this one, we'll play around with those some more. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed. Of course, please like, subscribe, follow, and I would love to have you guys check out my Patreon, which I have linked down below. All right, you all have a great day.